What is life? What is purpose of life? This is one question been asked many times by many individuals throughout the world. And if you try to find out that something which has spoken a lot about life, it is the purpose of life. And if you see in reality, most of the time, most of the individuals miss to live something is the very purpose of life. And that was the reason I was trying to find out that what exactly this life is and what exactly the purpose of life is, why it is happening and why it happens, right? Actually, that there are thousands of books already been written that about description about this, which are describing basically what is the purpose of life. And more to that, there are a lot of audios available that where people have said already that this is what the human purpose of life is. So why this happened, right? That after this many text, after this many audios, and there are some individuals who are alive and who are continuously telling you that this is what the purpose of life is, and this how you should live your life. But why you are not able to convince with those answers? Why human being still search for some answer, that some it means quest is there inside him, that he want to find something for his own. Why this happen? So with this kind of questions and I would say that's human curiosity, right? I have chosen this topic and to speak about that what is life and what is the purpose of life. I would be sharing few experiments I have done to find out my purpose of life, and I hope that it will help you to find your purpose of life. So if I try to see today's individual, so what is his nature is that he, as an individual, he picks some goal in his life, he accomplishes those goals, he become happy, then he again find the need inside to search some new goals, some new purpose, and he throughout his life he keep searching new goals, accomplishing them, and again searching for the new goals. So with this conclusion, can I ask or can I conclude like that finding new goal, accomplishing them, and then again looking for the new goals, this is what the purpose of life is? Or according to the old textures, right, that fulfilling all human desire, all your wishes, fulfilling them and attaining nirvana is the purpose of life. Is that the purpose of life is already written with the birth, your birth, or you have to discover it by yourself? Or it is there in your lucky numbers, hidden in your lucky numbers, your date of birth, all these things. What is the actual and how you will find out your purpose of life? These are the questions I was filled with when I was trying to find out that what is this life and what is the purpose of life. Whether I should, who is going to tell me what is my life and purpose of my life? Whether it will be a meditation, it will be my silence, it will be my quest, it will be my research, what it will be. Who will tell me to whom I should believe on, that whether I should believe on my masters, I should believe on my teachers, I should believe on my parents, I should believe on my inner voice. To whom I should believe? Who will tell me what is my purpose of life is? This question arises among many, but very few try to really find out the answer for this question. So what is the purpose of life, and what is this life and purpose of life? I would try to describe that what is my way to research to find out this purpose of life is. And my way begin with the question itself, that it is my understanding that if I want to find out answer for a question, first of all I have to understand the question itself, because in depth question has its own answers. Questions are like, I see questions like a seeds which are going to become a tree in the form of answer someday, and this happened with the human effort. It means question we get out of our own curiosity, and these questions we put effort, lot of efforts for this question, these seeds, and they become the trees. So this is the nature of question, and that's how they become answer. And if you'll see that every human being, every individual has different kind of questions in their life. Every human being had different kind of quest in their life. Every human being want to live their life in some specific way. It has been told that because the very life which resides among all of us is same, that's why the human purpose, all individuals purpose is same. But there is a question again I want to ask to this theory. I want to put my question that I understand that in this universe every atom is flown by a same energy. The energy is same in every atom, but what about the state of the atom? Because to describe that in an easy way, let's assume, think about the two metals, and the gold and iron, right? You put them in an open environment, right? That there would be rain, there would be a temperature, there would be air. So with this events, right, the reaction which will happen in the different metals will be different, right? Similarly, every atom, I believe, and every soul I see is atom has different states of its own. So the amount of energy will flowing, it will redirect that particular atom into some different direction. It means even though the energy which is flowing inside us, it is very same, but what is about our state, our inner being state, it is different. So that's the reason I see that, because even though the energy is same, our state is different. That's why every human being get different kind of question and different kind of curiosity inside, and human goals are hidden in his own questions, his silent questions which arises sometime, and people don't give much attention to them. They try to find out purpose of their life from here and there. They try to find out purpose of life in their goals, in the books, in the ideas, in the lectures, in the masters, in the feet of the masters. They try to search this goal everywhere else, but these goals are hidden in the silent question inside him. And how human being can listen those questions? Question could be listened by the questioning itself. The moment we question ourselves that what is my life and why I want to live for, now we start seeing different kind of purpose arising inside, that this is what the reason I want to live for. This is what the purpose I want to accomplish in my life. I want, whether it could be I want to do nothing, I want to do everything. It could be, this question's answer could be anything, but every human being, according to his inner state, it has some questions, and these questions has this individual purpose inside. And again I'm saying this inner being state. To understand this, you can take an example which I have heard from my doctor, right? So he said that if there are various kind of diseases, and for every disease we know that these are the medicines, but what actually the doctor does? Doctor, with his all experience, with our experiments, he come to know that what is the stage of that particular disease inside a human being, and according to that stage, he decides the amount of medicine and the combination of medicine he has to prescribe to that patient, and that's how he cure the patient. Similarly, I am saying that every human being, every soul has its own state, and the amount of energy it is flowing will arise different kind of question inside him. That's why every human being want to do different things. Every human being do want to live differently, little differently from other human being, and that's why I am saying that every human being has his own purpose of life, and he has to, this purpose of life could not be explained to him, he cannot discover him. What he can do is, according to me, he has to listen honestly his question. what kind of questions he has, what kind of desires he has. And when he will listen the question, when he'll listen his desires, he will come to know what exactly, why exactly he want to live this life. And this life, why he want to live for, is the purpose of this life. And that's how a human being can find out his purpose of life, according to me. So ultimately, what is life? It is state of a being, inner state of a being. And what the purpose of life is? The purpose of life is hidden, the questions inside the human being has, the kind of desire, kind of inspirations a human being is have. So these are the purpose of life. This was my experiment to know my life and my purpose of life. If anyone want to know what his life and what the purpose of life is, he has to do this experiment, or he has to find his own experiment. No matter how he will find, but he has to find his own methods, his own techniques. Because everyone who is saying about their purpose of life, it is their purpose of life. But they cannot tell you what is your purpose of life. If someone is trying to say that, someone is trying to do that, he is making you a slave of him. That's it. He want to take some benefit out of. And even though if he is saying it with the pure heart, with the pure honesty, still that his purpose of life and his sharing could not help you, because an individual purpose can reside inside a human being individually. That's it. You have to find out your purpose of life. And why I am again and again forcing too much to you should know your purpose of life, because until unless you know this life and you know the purpose of life, whatever you will do throughout your life, you will remain uncertain that whether it is right or wrong for you or for someone else. And until unless the kind of satisfaction arises inside you, you cannot get satisfaction and you cannot get satisfied from your life. And that's the reason I found that from hundreds of defined goals, you choose very good goals for yourself, you accomplish, then still you remain unsettled inside. Why? Because still you have chosen purpose of life, but that purpose of life was someone else's purpose, not your. It is not part of your journey. Every human being, I know that every human being knows that why he want to live for, what exactly the question he want to find the answer for, what kind of, with whom he want to live for, what kind of people he want to get surrounded by self. Everyone knows, but because we are listening so many other purpose of life, we miss our purpose of life. That's it. So if one want to know the life, and if he want to know his purpose of life, he has to involve in this completely, from mind, from heart. He has to go entirely very deep inside to know. I want to know. He has to ask this from his life, that hey life, who are you, and how I can find out that what I want to do by using you. So if the quest is so much intense and so much pure, any individual will find, not today but some after time tomorrow, that what is his purpose of life is. And the moment you got your purpose of life, magic happens. Magic happens. If you got at least one answer from inside, no man, this is the reason. This is the reason I want to live for. Something magical happen. All the problems you see in the surrounding, you don't see them as a problem. You see them as an opportunity, and you or whatever the medium of joy you want to create for the other people, right? You see this is all these things as an opportunity, and ultimately you become a good human being because you have accepted your truth, and you try to live your life according to your voice without accepting anybody else. You try to live your life with freedom, and to live with the freedom, you have to work hard. And when you work hard, you become pure and you become a good human being. So these are the examples I am saying, these are the possibilities I am saying, which could happen if someone really want to find out his life, meaning of his life, and purpose of life. So ultimately, how I want to conclude this entire session is that purpose of life could not be explained. It could not be discovered by someone else's method. It could be only discussed, according to me, by listening the questions inside you, which are arising day in and day out. Try to find out the question, answer for this question, and try to do experiment with this answers, whatever you get. And this experiment will arise, will create a kind of experience inside you, that life experience. And this your life experience could only give you your purpose of life, the kind of satisfaction from this life. So this was the explanation about what is life and what is the purpose of life is, right? This was my research, my technique, I found out with my effort, right? If I really want to find out your purpose of life, what is your life and what is your purpose, if this kind of question is inside you, definitely I would say don't trust on anybody, don't trust on me also. Try to find out by it yourself, because you are the only individual who can tell what is your life is, what is your purpose of life in, and with your effort, with this honest effort, with your genuine effort, the kind of answer you will get, that answer could only satisfy you and could only give you a life fulfillment, I would say. So that was the sharing I have to do today. I have done it. Thanks for listening.